No mud, no lotus. Transforming suffering into joy and peace. What if you could embrace suffering instead of fleeing from it? Discover how transforming pain into compassion can unlock deep, lasting happiness. In No Mud, No Lotus, Thich Nhat Hanh teaches us that pain is not something to avoid or suppress. Instead, it's an essential part of the journey toward joy and peace. By accepting suffering, we develop resilience, deepen our understanding of life, and gain the tools to truly experience happiness. This audiobook explores the Zen philosophy of transforming pain into wisdom, using mindfulness to create a lasting sense of well-being. Focus points: embracing suffering as a path to growth. Learn why suffering is an unavoidable part of life, and how it can serve as a teacher and a pathway to compassion. The key role of mindfulness. Discover why mindfulness is the gateway to joy and how being present in each moment changes our experience of life. 5 powerful practices for happiness. Uncover practical ways to cultivate happiness daily, even amidst challenges, through gratitude, connection, and self-compassion. The healing power of breath. Understand how simple breathing exercises can bring peace, reduce anxiety, and reconnect you with your inner self. Mantras for a purposeful life. Explore transformative mantras to reset your mindset, overcome hardships, and create a positive reality. Suffering well, a mindful approach. Shift your perspective on suffering by exploring how to suffer well, using pain to deepen wisdom and compassion. Learning outcomes. Master techniques for handling suffering. Gain practical strategies to approach and manage suffering in a healthy, empowering way. Cultivate joy through mindfulness. Learn why mindfulness is central to joy and how to integrate it seamlessly into your life. Unlock happiness-boosting practices. Discover 5 actionable methods to enhance your happiness and develop a more fulfilling daily routine. Harness the power of breathing for inner peace. Experience the calming effects of breathwork, especially in times of stress and turmoil. Use life-affirming mantras. Practice mantras that can help reshape your perspective and inspire compassion, strength, and serenity. Focus point 1. Embracing suffering as a path to growth. Can we ever fully avoid suffering? In life, even when everything seems to be running smoothly, unexpected pain and challenges often arise. These moments of suffering are often misunderstood, seen as obstacles that steal our peace and joy. Most self-help approaches focus on creating endless happiness, offering advice to keep the sun shining, but they rarely address the inevitable rainy days that come with being human. Our culture tends to promote happiness as something we can attain only by avoiding pain. Yet, treating suffering as an enemy often intensifies the hurt, as ignoring or resisting it doesn't make it go away. In reality, happiness and suffering are deeply intertwined. Joy isn't about avoiding pain. It's about learning to face it, accept it, and grow through it. Much like the lotus, which only blooms after pushing through the mud below, we, too, can use our struggles to find strength, wisdom, and resilience. Closing our eyes to suffering only causes us to sink further into it. But when we face it, we can transform that pain into compassion, love, and deeper happiness. In this section, we'll explore how to acknowledge and embrace the tough times, sorrow, pain, or fear, as stepping stones toward true joy. Discover how accepting suffering can lead to greater inner peace and allow you to cultivate love, compassion, and happiness from even the hardest moments. Focus point 2. Facing pain with mindfulness. While animals instinctively rest and heal when hurt, people often push through suffering, searching for quick fixes or distractions. In today's fast-paced world, productivity reigns supreme, and many turn to temporary comforts, a binge-watch session, comfort food, or a social media scroll, rather than confronting pain directly. But these distractions are fleeting, leaving the root of suffering untouched. When we face anxiety, stress, or loss, it's natural to fear being overwhelmed by the depth of those emotions. Even figures like Buddha experienced pain and loss, which led him to the Four Noble Truths about suffering. That suffering exists, certain actions cause it. Happiness can be achieved when suffering ceases, and there are ways to alleviate it. Mindfulness is the first step in addressing suffering head-on. By becoming fully aware of our physical and emotional states, we're able to break free from automatic responses and see our pain for what it is. Mindfulness brings us back to the present moment, where we can truly feel our surroundings, from sights and sounds to sensations like a gentle breeze on the skin. When we tune into our bodies, we gain insight into the emotions often stored within, like anger, fear, or stress. The sooner we acknowledge our suffering, the sooner we can start to release it. Practicing mindfulness reconnects the mind and body, allowing us to observe and accept our pain rather than avoid it. One powerful technique is mindful breathing. Take a deep breath, feeling your lungs expand and chest rise. Notice your suffering, greeting it with openness. I see you. I accept you. Breathe and repeat, welcoming each emotion as it arises, allowing yourself to be fully present. In doing so, you honor your pain and connect with yourself on a deeper level, which ultimately makes space for greater peace and happiness. Focus point 3. Finding contentment where you are. We often think that happiness lies on the other side. A new job, a bigger house, or someone else's seemingly perfect life. But suffering is universal and often goes unseen. Just as a child cries to get attention, our suffering calls for recognition. Ignoring it only amplifies it, making it harder to address the root cause. Many forms of suffering stem from a few core sources. Ancestral pain. Trauma can pass through generations, leaving wounds that often go unhealed. Recognizing and addressing this ancestral pain helps prevent it from continuing to affect future generations. Fear and anxiety. Even in safe circumstances, fear can make life feel unstable. While big struggles may be inevitable, learning to manage daily fears can prevent constant suffering. Self-separation and comparison. Many suffer from feelings of inferiority or superiority, seeing themselves as either better than or less than others. Such beliefs reinforce isolation, leading to constant comparisons. This self-separation makes us feel disconnected from others and keeps us in a cycle of dissatisfaction. Most people rarely pause to explore where their suffering truly comes from. Suppressing discomfort may seem easier, but without understanding the root cause, the problem remains unresolved. By failing to communicate compassionately with ourselves, we find it harder to connect with others. If someone causes us pain, we're quick to blame them. But if we take time to understand our own pain, we can better empathize with theirs. It's also essential to remember that the lives we envy, those who seem successful, joyful, or fulfilled, often carry hidden struggles. Behind fame, wealth, or success may lie loneliness or stress, carefully masked behind a cheerful public image. Instead of ignoring or suppressing your suffering, consider listening to it as you would a friend. This practice can help you locate and heal the true source of your discomfort. The Norwich City Football Club's video, "Check in on those around you," illustrates this powerfully, showing how open, compassionate conversations can provide crucial support to those struggling. Often, your willingness to listen and acknowledge others' pain can make a profound difference. Focus point 4. Embracing happiness through presence. Happiness is fleeting, just like any other emotion, and it's easy to disrupt it by focusing too much on fears or setbacks. But by being fully present, we can learn to nourish moments of joy, making them more frequent and enduring. Happiness isn't just about having good things. It's about being fully there to enjoy them. Here are some key practices for creating a lasting happiness rooted in mindfulness. Let go of attachments. We often believe that happiness is tied to external things, a job, a relationship, or possessions. But when we're too attached, our joy depends on these things, which are, by nature, impermanent. Start by listing things you believe you need to be happy, and then, each week, practice releasing attachment to one of them. Realizing that joy originates from within allows you to feel secure and at peace regardless of what you have or lose. Water the positive seeds. Within each of us are both positive and negative seeds, potential for kindness or anger, compassion or jealousy. Happiness grows when we nourish the positive seeds, consciously choosing actions, thoughts, and attitudes that support our well-being. Stay present. Happiness blossoms in the present moment. Think of your most joyful memories, the times you felt fully alive, like a special celebration or a quiet walk. In those moments, you were completely present. By practicing mindfulness in everyday activities like drinking coffee or walking, you can bring that same awareness to daily life. Write down small joys in your life to remind yourself of the abundance around you. Focus deeply. True mindfulness requires more than brief attention. By focusing on the present, we can stay out of the traps of past regrets or future anxieties. This deep focus not only nurtures mindfulness, but also deepens your meditation practice, allowing you to be fully immersed in each moment. Seek insights from everyday life. Simple reminders of joy can be powerful, especially in challenging times. When life feels heavy, reflect on small blessings, like the sunlight on your face or the ability to take a peaceful breath. These moments are worth savoring and can instantly lift your spirits, reinforcing the beauty of the present. In the words of Thich Nhat Hanh, suffering has its beneficial aspects. It can be an excellent teacher. By grounding ourselves in the present and letting go of attachments, we can learn to experience genuine happiness that is resilient and deeply rooted in mindfulness. Focus point 5. Suffering as a path to mindful living. Suffering is often inherited, passed down through generations, or absorbed from the world around us. Imagine the weight of a society engulfed in fear and anger during wartime. Such a collective energy is palpable, shaping emotions even if we aren't directly involved. However, just as suffering can be contagious, so can mindfulness and compassion. When we learn to suffer well, we can positively influence our surroundings and, ultimately, the world. Mindful communities foster support, whether in workplaces or families. For instance, in high-stress environments like hospitals, healthcare providers rely on their colleagues' empathy and support to maintain kindness with their patients. Likewise, small mindful actions on a societal level, such as rejecting goods made from exploitative practices, can ripple outward, inspiring others to do the same. By transforming our own lives through mindful choices, we set an example, helping to shift societal patterns from suffering to awareness and compassion. The journey towards suffering well begins within. Breathing exercises grounded in 4 key areas: body, feelings, mind, and perceptions, offer a framework for cultivating resilience and mindfulness. Body awareness. Begin with deep, intentional breaths, mentally noting, I am aware of my in-breath/out breath. Recognize the connection between your mind and body and release physical tension with thoughts like, I am aware of my body and I calm my body. This awareness helps ground you, easing physical discomfort and bringing presence to your suffering. Embracing feelings. Each feeling, whether joy or pain, is an opportunity for mindfulness. With every breath, affirm, I feel joy/happiness, recognizing your power to influence your emotions. For painful feelings, acknowledge them as you breathe in and out. I am aware of and calm my painful feelings. This practice embraces suffering, allowing you to process and ultimately release it. Mind awareness. Our minds are naturally restless, but this doesn't have to be a source of stress. As you breathe, acknowledge, I am aware of my mind, and nurture positive intentions. I make my mind happy. Gently guide your focus, repeating, I concentrate my mind. Use each breath to release burdens from the past and fears of the future, liberating your mind from tension. Perception and letting go. Recognize the impermanence of everything around you, understanding that true peace is found beyond material or fleeting goals. Say, I observe the disappearance of desire, and I observe letting go. By releasing attachment to specific outcomes or objects, You free yourself to live in alignment with reality, appreciating life's transient beauty without clinging to it. In practicing these steps, you cultivate a mindful life, one that doesn't run from suffering, but instead embraces it, finding peace within it. As you transform your response to suffering, you inspire those around you, creating a ripple effect of resilience, compassion, and positive change. Focus point 5. Words shape our reality, and using mindful affirmations can transform our experience of life and relationships. The 6 mantras are a powerful way to cultivate self-awareness, gratitude, and empathy for yourself and others. Practicing these phrases with focus and sincerity can deepen your connection to the present and foster compassion in everyday interactions. The 6 mantras. I am here for you. Offering someone your full presence is one of the most genuine acts of love. This mantra reminds us that being there, fully engaged, is a gift, whether it's for a loved one or yourself. Remembering to be present for yourself during challenging times is essential for emotional resilience. I'm glad you're there. It makes me happy. Expressing gratitude for those close to you is powerful. It's easy to take loved ones for granted, but consciously acknowledging their presence creates a deeper appreciation. Not everyone has the support of family, friends, or a partner, and recognizing this builds a sense of gratitude. I know it's hard. That's why I'm here for you. Empathy often begins with listening. When you notice a loved one struggling, offering support without waiting for them to ask can alleviate some of their pain. By being there without judgment, you create a safe space for them to share their feelings. The most effective way to show compassion to another is to listen rather than talk. Thich Nhat Hanh, I suffer, but I do the best I can. Please help me. Acknowledging your vulnerability and asking for support can be challenging, especially when pride or past hurt is involved. Keep this mantra close to remind yourself that reaching out is a strength, not a weakness. Leaving a note or sending a message can be a gentle way to ask for help when it feels difficult to do so in person. This is a happy moment. Happiness often comes in fleeting moments, like laughter, a warm drink, or sunshine. Use this mantra to recognize and savor small joys as they come. Embracing these moments fosters a mindful awareness that enriches your daily life. You are partly right. This simple acknowledgement balances humility and confidence. Accepting that you have both strengths and weaknesses is essential for personal growth. When someone offers praise or criticism, remember that neither fully defines you. This mantra helps you stay grounded and open to self-improvement without being overly influenced by external opinions. Incorporating these mantras into daily life encourages mindfulness, self-compassion, and a more intentional way of interacting with the world. As you become more present and open through these practices, you'll find a deeper sense of peace and connection. Conclusion. In life, suffering and happiness are 2 sides of the same coin. Each deepens our ability to empathize, connect, and grow. While suffering is unavoidable, learning to suffer well helps us cultivate resilience and inner peace. By embracing and releasing our pain, we make room for joy, which ultimately allows us to transform hardships into moments of profound growth, like a lotus blossoming from the mud. Practical steps for mindful living. Schedule a mindfulness bell. Set an hourly reminder to bring your awareness back to the present, grounding yourself in the moment. Pause and breathe through strong emotions. When overwhelmed, lie down, focus on your breathing, and feel your abdomen's gentle rise and fall. This simple practice helps you navigate emotional storms with calm and clarity. Walk mindfully. Instead of rushing, walk slowly and pause occasionally. Sync your breath with your steps, reminding yourself that there's no need to hurry. Your body is your home. By integrating these small yet impactful practices, you can nurture a mindset of presence and peace, empowering you to face both joy and suffering with a balanced heart. In this audiobook, we've explored the essential art of finding beauty and growth in life's inevitable struggles. Here's a recap of the core focus points. Embrace suffering to unlock deeper empathy and compassion. Let go of attachments to external sources of happiness. Cultivate presence to appreciate small moments and avoid stress. Practice mindful breathing to manage strong emotions and stay grounded. Use verbal conditioning, like the 6 mantras, to nourish happiness and gratitude. Transform everyday struggles into opportunities for personal growth. Practical recommendations. Set up a mindfulness bell, a gentle hourly reminder to return to the present moment. Pause when emotions are intense. Lie down, breathe deeply, and focus on your body's rhythm. Slow down your pace. Take time to walk mindfully, syncing your steps with your breath to stay calm and centered. Reflecting on our learning journey. Navigating through the challenges of suffering and joy has been a journey toward cultivating resilience, self-awareness, and gratitude. These practices encourage us to connect more compassionately with ourselves and others, and ultimately lead us to a more peaceful, fulfilling life. Thank you for your time and interest in this audiobook. Your willingness to explore these topics not only strengthens your personal growth, but also contributes to a more mindful, compassionate world. If you enjoyed this audiobook, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Remember, listening regularly is a great way to improve your English skills. The more you listen, the better you speak. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more meaningful content with you. Thank you, and keep growing.